guys, welcome back to the pet house. So in today's video, I am going to be telling you guys the pros and cons of having only 2 mice. And this is just in my opinion, because I didn't do research, because this is just like from what I've seen and from my own mice and from watching other mouse YouTubers. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. I am going to do a pro. One of the pros of having only 2 mice is it takes up less space, because the less mice you have, the less cage space you need. But of course, you can choose how much space you want to have. But if you have 3, 4, 5, and so on, the more cage space you're gonna need, which also takes up your room or wherever you're keeping your cage. So the more mice you have, the more cage space you're gonna need, which takes up more of the area of where you're keeping the mice. Okay, so now I'm going to do a con. One con of having only 2 mice is that, from what I've experienced with only having 2 mice, is that there are more scrambles, like little fights, but they're not hurting each other. They're just like, because they can't choose a friend, like they have to be friends with each other, so like there's more little tiny fights here and there. Now I'm going to talk about another pro of having 2 mice. Well, this is only for albino mice, because with albino mice, in my opinion, it is easier to remember their names because you only have 2, and if they have very different personalities, it's easier to remember their names. But if you have like more than 2 albino mice and 2 of them have like pretty similar personalities, then it's harder to figure out their name. But this is only for albino mice, because if you don't have albino mice, then you can easily just tell which is which by the coloring of their fur. Speaking of personalities, another con is that there is actually less personality because you don't have as much personality. So it kind of depends on if you would rather have more personality with your mice, or if you want to have less so it's easier to remember names. But in my opinion, I think personality matters more, because like I don't really have to call their names, because I don't need to call them. So I think it's easier. I think it would be better to just have more personality in the cage. So another con is that if you have only 2, then since they're social animals, they really can only be friends with each other. They can't just be solitary by not being friends. So if you have 3 or more, or 4, something like that, then they can choose friends to have. So if you have 4, then they can all choose which one to be friends with. Of course, there are a lot more pros and cons of only having 2 mice, and there's a lot of pros and cons of having more than 2 mice. But this is all I could think of for now, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit the like button for more mouse content, subscribe to see me again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! So those are the horses and cows up there. I don't really know if you can see them, but there's a farm up there. So that's pretty cool. And then this is our neighborhood. all the way back over there. Actually, you can't see it from here, but there's the Tahoe. And the cabin's right next to the Tahoe. So, it's very windy. So, over here in the and then over here in the TV, and then, yeah. And then, there's the table. This is the click train. That's the bathroom. That's the bedroom. And then up here is the Mantilo. We went up here, but this is our bedding stuff, and then this is, and then here's the view from it up here.
I think you should definitely get this apple on your video.
Okay, and there's a stupid apple. Oh wait, the light is blocking it. It doesn't make any sense because apples don't grow up and
Or from the ground.
from the ground. So I don't
And their stems aren't on the bottom.
And this just doesn't make any sense at all. So there's the stupid apple. And then there's the outside tour. So we have the little front porchy thingy here. That. And then you walk around over here, there's some extra wood chairs, and then there's this little part. The car was parked over here before. And then there's these benches, you can see the windows, and then very slim, steep stairs. There's the little thing, propane thing, and there's the creepy cellar. We don't know what's in there. Here's the hot tub. There it is. And then up here is the little porchy area, just like a more of a screened-in porch. And then there's the woods, and then there's a little pond down there. Okay, so then, oh, this is locked. Okay, so then, this is the little screened-in porch. So that was the outside tour.